Let's jump in where we left off. You were sitting down, you walked into Dan's office.
Okay, and so, this was a topic that really resonated with me, and I go, let's, so let me hit a couple people up for reaction. Dan's like, "Oh my god, yeah," and I don't think and Dan Griffin, right? So he's a hard charger. He's not happy unless he's going 105 miles an hour. It's
Yeah.
just the way he lives, and so I don't you don't think about and he's all about any tool that allows him to live faster and more efficient. But I saw it and he got it. So I said, think about this. I use my phone as my bedside alarm. So the first thing I do when I hear that is I lean over and I see a screen and I hit that. And then you go, okay. And then I'll get up and I walk out and I will grab my iPad, which is on the counter outside charging. So I have a bigger screen and I do my first round of if I'm living the life I wanna live, I'm doing my morning reading, and it's on that pad. If not, I'm jumping into news or email.
Keyword if there, by the way,
If
Chris.
yeah,
If you're
exactly.
living the life you
Then you go back, then I put my watch on, which, by the way, is a screen, right? And then I'm going in to get ready in the bathroom to get dressed for the morning, and I jump on a scale, which is a digital screen, and I'm out to the car as I start it, and every car is what today, clearly, you're looking at a screen, and, and I'm a wazer when I drive to work, so I'm interacting. "Yep, there's a policeman still there. Yep, I'm passing a red light camera." And you get to work. Oh, then I'll stop at a drive-through for coffee or tea, and there's a screen, and I'm not even at work yet, and I've just interacted with 6 or 7 screens, right? Then there's the work screen, then there's a lunch decision, and I'm either going to order DoorDash or something to deliver a lunch on a screen, or I may grab somebody from the office to catch up if I haven't seen him, and we'll go somewhere. But at the table up the street at Chili's or one of the restaurants, you order and pay via a screen at the table. I'm like, Judas Priest, digital fatigue. The reasons are everywhere. So I don't know. At first I thought, I was like, is this really a thing? And I started thinking about it. And there's no question. I think if you are listening to this, if you have a Gen Zer or a second half millennial, and you hear about the anxiety levels, and obviously a lot of that is screen. If you have a kid at any age that's dead staring their phone, if there's behavior that you see or that has changed and they're not interacting, I've got a young person in my company that he talks about the difficulty of dating because it's all communication on a screen. And when he daringly has an in person meetup, he said it's awkward. We don't talk. We're just on the phones together. So, I've seen signs with employees and loved ones of the stress that comes from that. And I just thought this would be a great topic for you and I to talk a little
Yeah.
bit. Let's try and narrow it to the workplace. But it seemed like it would be a lot easier after I realized how pervasive digital screens are in our lives. Would you agree? I
You
mean,
know,
is
and
this making sense
which
to
is
you?
a good thing for more in-person events, right? No, I
I
went
like
to
what
a
you did there. And
there's
by the way, what's the hottest type of graphic in the in-person events is LED screens, right? Live graphics and which we use to create really exciting, energetic
yeah.
atmospheres. But yeah.
I went to a Oklahoma City Thunder game. I've actually been to 2 now, but we're having a great season if you didn't know that. Um, I went to the game and decent seats, but like every seat in the arena, besides floor seats, you're a distance back. And I found myself just focusing on the game and watching the game, and I felt like this like shift in my mind of like, oh, like you're staring into the distance further than 2 feet to 3 feet from a screen, focusing on something. And
Mm.
I just never do that I mean, maybe when I'm driving, uh, but besides that, like I was just intently focused on the game at 50 yards away, and it was like a relief to my eyes. And that's just another example of we're crouched over and we're stuck like this and we're just
Yeah.
reading and looking at screens constantly.